So this video right here has been 2 years in the making. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chck. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Please make sure you subscribe, and on your way out, hit that like button as well. You know, I've been debating on how I wanted to do this video because this sneaker right here is very special to me. And you know, for the last 3 or 4 years, this is probably the top sneaker in my opinion. And I had the shoe originally. I was able to hit on the actual drop date, and the hype was serious around the shoe. So I ended up letting them go, and I instantly regretted it. And if you guys have seen any of my previous videos when I talk about some of the shoes that I regret, you guys would know what I'm talking about here. This happens to be the top regret, and I am excited that these are back in the collection. The Union Jordan 1s. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. There are so many fakes out there. You know, if you're anybody like me where, you know, I make a point to not buy UAs or fake sneakers. That's just how I roll. You know, UA pairs are getting really good, almost as good as retail pairs, but for me, it's a thing. Like, I feel like I have to have the real McCoy. And, you know, I spent a pretty penny on this sneaker here. And for me, it was really worth it. Because when it comes to sneakers that are really in a different plateau, like, you know, you're willing to spend. And, you know, it's not like I just shelled out all this money. I made some things happen in order to be able to actually purchase these without any guilt. First of all, you see the tag, you know what it's from. I got these from Chck's crew, straight out of Hong Kong, reputable reseller. You know, prices were lower than they were on GOAT and StockX, still high as hell. These are Cheech and Chong high. That's how expensive these were. And I felt like these were starting to slip from my fingertips, and I was gonna regret it forever if I didn't have these in the collection. So story time real quick for you guys. Now, on the original release date in November of 2018 on the Union website, I was fortunate enough to score a pair, and retail $190, $218 I think with tax. I can't remember exactly, but I just know that I was excited. You know, super hard to obtain shoe. Apparently a lot of people took L's on it, and for me it was super easy. I was on the Union website early that morning, and I just kept refreshing, and then they became available, and it was it. It was a wrap. The only thing that I was nervous about was being able to get my pair. I heard a lot of people were getting their orders canceled, so I was getting really nervous. I would email Union customer service trying to figure out, you know, where my order was. But then they showed up, and I was instantly in love with the shoe. I loved everything about the shoe. I love the black toe Jordan 1s, and then also you've got the gray Jordan 1s, which have never released before. So I thought the concept, the combination of colors, the materials, everything about this shoe was perfect to me. You got the stitching across the upper that makes it look like you're actually conjoining two different pairs of sneakers, which I think is a super, super dope touch. You've got the nubuck swoosh, which feels so good. Like, everything about this shoe I was in love with. Then I started looking up prices on the sneaker on StockX, and I was like, man, these are going for a pretty penny. So I was like, man, should I sell them? I was like, nah, man, these were hard to get. People really want them. I got them. Like, I should cherish these. A lesson for you guys: you should never covet or cherish items. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, I felt like this was a good investment to capitalize on, and I would be a fool if I didn't take advantage of it. So I ended up selling them for $1,100, $1,132 I think was the price. And I thought I was making out like a bandit. I was like, man, I'm coming up on them. You know, $700, $800 pocketing from this shoe, from a sneaker. I was really hyped, but I instantly felt like, man, I missed them already. Like, they're not in the collection. And I took a lot of pictures. I never wore them. They were dead stock, of course. But I felt like I had to have them back. And for a year and a half, man, it was eating at me. And I would tell people, I've done a couple of videos, you've seen them. If you haven't, check them out. You know, instant regret. instant regret. And then the price on the sneaker just kept going and going up. And I was just, it was crazy. You know, once it hit 2,000, I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna be able to get my hands on these again. I was thinking like these are gonna turn into something crazy, you know, just something where it's, you know, 5, 6K, you know, off-white, you know, Jordan 1s, you know how they're going for crazy prices. These were heading towards that price, and they're still good up there. And I'm still buying a lot of different sneakers. They're coming in, you know, 5, 6 different pairs, 7 different pairs and things like that. And I'm like, wait. You know, there's this shoe that I really, really want. You know, and these are these shoes that I like. So I had to make a decision. Am I gonna keep buying all of these sneakers that I just like? Or am I gonna go after something that I really, really love? So I woke up one morning. I can't remember the day. It was a couple of months ago. Woke up one morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I went to the Kicks Crew website, you know, before I could even talk myself out of it. You know, I put the card on the page and I pulled the plug. I spent the money on this shoe. So I sat there for a moment after I made the purchase and I was like, all right, this is a big deal. This is a big price. This is a big purchase. You know, I'm no celebrity. I'm not rich. You know, I have a good job, whatever, but you know, this is not something I do on the regular. I don't spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on sneakers, but I really, really wanted this sneaker. And that's the thing about it. Like, I felt like this purchase was justified. But, you know, just to be smart about things, and I was like, you know what, I gotta compensate. I gotta make up for that big dent that I just put in my bank account. So I went and I sold, I think 4 or 5 different pairs of sneakers. I would let anything go in that closet for these. And that's how I felt. And that's why I'm excited to have these in the closet. I did a video when I first got them back in 2018. It was an unboxing that I never put out. Fast forward, 2020, here we are, you know, and they feel just as good in my hands as they did in 2018. I'm not saying go out there and spend absorbent amounts of money on sneakers. I feel like it's ridiculous. This is my hobby. Everybody's got a different thing. If you're watching the video, I'm sure you guys feel a lot of the same way. Like, this is our thing. You know, and we go through these things sometimes where we put that money up. You know, we put it up for something we really like, you know, and that's what it is. As simple as that. People ask why, then, you know, because UAs, you know, fakes are getting really close to retail pairs, why didn't you just spring on a fake pair instead and, you know, save yourself hundreds, thousands of dollars? You know, for me, it's like, you know, I come from a different era of sneakerheads. You know, and again, it sounds corny, you know, 'cause I'm an old head, man. I'm 38 years old. You know, I've been doing sneakers since I was 17, 18 years old, man. So we're 20 years into it. You know, there's a lot of people who've been in it much longer than I have. But as far as me making purchases, you know, and going at it heavy, it's been like that for 20 plus years, man. And I've been a sneaker fan since I was 10, 11 years old. So, you know, I know what it is. You know, my group of friends, man, we all some type of sneakerheads, whether we old Jordan collectors or, you know, we like them all from Adidas to whatever, man. We like the sneakers, man. In my job, we actually have an actual thread page about sneakers, just about sneakers. That's all we talk about. We show off our pickups, you know, on feet pictures, all that stuff. You know, it's a thing, man, and you know, I love it. You know, there's worse things that I could be addicted to. There's better things that I can spend my money on, of course, absolutely. But, you know, my thing is, as long as my priorities are taken care of, you know, as long as I'm able to pay my bills, anything after that, you know, it's all house money. You do whatever you want with it. You know, that's the thing about it, man. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You know, if you're working hard for the things you have, you know, by all means, spend your money how you like. That's the thing about it. You know, and I don't have anything against anybody buying fakes. It's not for me. Fakes is not for me. You know, I can't do it. And, you know, even if it's just to do a comparison review, you know, I've been hit up, you know, on my Instagram page, you know, on my YouTube channel as well. You know, hey, you know, we make these shoes, you know, would you like to, you know, partner with us? You know, for me, it's integrity, you know, and I just, you know, if you're young, you know, do what you got to do. If you want the fly stuff, you know, get it, whatever, fake it till you make it, whatever. And it's so hard. It is so hard to get your hands on retail pairs of anything anymore. So again, I'm totally, you know, I had to open up to the whole resale market. You know, now I'm cool with it. You know, I spend my money on it. If I want to shoot, I'll go ahead and, you know, look to the resale market. You know, think about UA pairs. You know, fakes, I just can't put my money into it. I have nothing against it. By all means, do what you do. Much respect to you. It don't make you any less fly. It don't make you any more fly. At the end of the day, when you look at your feet, you can't tell unless you're really scrutinizing the shoe, unless you're really down in the shoe with your magnifying glass or your UV light. It is what it is. But for me, again, I like the comfort in knowing I have, you know, the authentic deal, the real deal, and there it is. Top sneaker for me in the last 5 years easily. You know, my favorite shoe. You know, I wasn't always a Jordan 1 fan. You know, I respected the Jordan 1s. I had Jordan 1s, but I wasn't high on them like I was the Jordan 3s or the Jordan 11s. To have these, to understand the creativity. That's why I respect Union so much. That's why I felt like I had to have the Union 4s, because I knew when it came to creativity, they were gonna knock it out of the park. There were gonna be some things about this shoe that had people scratching their heads, just like it was with these. People didn't like them because it was a two-tone or it looked too much like a regular black toe. But you get to appreciate the artistry when it comes to these sneakers, man. And when you do that, you know, you get a lot more excited about shoes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just crazy, man. Maybe it's the grandpa time storytelling vibes that I'm giving off right now. But that's just how I feel. That's how I've always felt with this, when it comes to sneakers, man. They're art on feet, you know, and when you have a fly pair, you recognize it, you feel good. Man, they do things to you. You know, fresh pair of sneakers does things to you. But what do you guys think? You know, would you spend a lot of money on a shoe that you really want, your favorite shoe, you know, a shoe that you feel like you must have? Or do you resort to paying for UA pairs to avoid the resale prices on certain releases? You know, it's debatable. It really is. And it's always a touchy topic when it comes to sneakers, man. Fake pairs versus retail pairs. How do you tell the difference? When do you spring on them? Whatever. More to come. As always, thank you guys. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I will catch up with you guys later. Y'all be easy. Peace.